Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13, the HUAWEI Mate 9, going to do a device size comparison. The HUAWEI Mate 9 up against all my other devices that I have in my smartphone catalog. There is a device that isn't here anymore, the Moto Z Play, the Verizon Unlock variant. I sold that to a coworker. He is excited. He is actually with Verizon, so that device is going to work perfect for him. And yeah, you know the story here. Every once in a while, I got to sell a device, bring in some finances to keep the channel going, especially after spending 599 smacks on the HUAWEI Mate 9. I had to choose a device, and that was a device. It is battery king. That's what I'm going to miss about that device. But again, with everything that I have to make that decision, and it just happened to be that that gentleman was looking for a device that would tie into Verizon. And, well, lo and behold, I had it, the Moto Z Play. So that doesn't mean later on I may bring that device back in, is what I'm trying to say, if I can get that out. But in return, I have extra finances for a couple more devices. I'm still deciding on what other devices I'm going to bring in, and even after purchasing the HUAWEI Mate 9. So doing pretty good, and I like to stay ahead if I can. I don't want to be really tight when it comes to purchasing devices. I always want to somewhat be a step ahead. So right now, financially, I'm setting really well, especially after purchasing the HUAWEI Mate 9 at $599. So, but we're here to talk about device size comparison. We're going to start off with the OnePlus 3T, 5.5-inch display up against a 5.9-inch display, but the bodies obviously are going to make the devices bigger. Okay, so we're always into giving you the spec size of the display, but the body itself is going to be much more than that. So we got 5.9, but actually that's going to be over 6 inches, right? So, but we're really here just to see what the size comparison is going to look like in case you're deciding to bring in a device like the HUAWEI Mate 9 and you're going from a small phone and you're looking to see how much bigger the HUAWEI Mate 9 is going to be up against a device you may have. I may have one of those devices that you have in hand, right? And so, yeah, so these are all the variables that go in deciding what device you're going to bring into your life as a daily driver, as a backup. And so I'm going to give you what I have, and you can take it for what you will. If I put those not side to side, but if I stand them up together, the OnePlus 3T is a little bit thinner, and you can see the button layouts as far as the volume rocker, notification switch over here on the OnePlus 3T, the power button on this side, and the backs of these devices, which are just sexy, their logos. And if I stand them up, a little bit thicker, we got a little thinner and rounded sides, the bottoms. Okay. And on this side, got your SIM trays and your power button over here. So, yeah, there you go. Again, one more look. Put that over to the side. Let's bring on the ZTE Axon 7. 5.5-inch, 5.9. Front dual speakers. Speaker, earpiece, speaker down below, right-hand side corner of the HUAWEI Mate 9. And again, like the OnePlus 3T, rounded sides, and then it gets a little thicker towards the center. This is pretty much equal throughout the device as far as the thickness of the HUAWEI Mate 9. The tops, the bottoms, and you can see it gets a little thicker right here in the center, but still equal as far as size with the HUAWEI Mate 9. Power button, volume rocker, SIM tray as far as the ZTE Axon 7. And you can see the layout right there as far as the buttons on this device. Look at the backs of these devices. Just sexy. Love the fingerprint sensors on the back. Don't mind them on the front, but I prefer them on the back. The LeEco Pro 3. 5.5, 5.9. Here's your button layout, your SIM tray, your button layout on the LeEco Pro 3. And the camera here is a little bit protruding right there. When you have a case on, that disappears. It covers up that area right there on the LeEco Pro 3. Really nice. Tops. Got an IR blaster right there on the LeEco Pro 3 next to that microphone. IR blaster right here on the HUAWEI Mate 9. Pretty sweet. Speaker layout, mic layout, USB Type-C. The other two devices that I've shown you so far, the ZTE Axon 7 and the OnePlus 3T, yes, USB Type-C. And the thickness on these devices are almost pretty much equal. You be the judge. It's pretty darn close. You got the logos going on there. Look, LeEco, HUAWEI, and there's your camera layout. And sexy device. Let's jump to another HUAWEI device. The HUAWEI Nexus 6P. Now, the HUAWEI Nexus 6P is just a tad bit taller. You got a 5.7-inch display up against a 5.9-inch display. Thinner, wider on the HUAWEI Mate 9, but the Nexus 6P just a tad bit taller. You got those front dual speakers. Let me turn that around. And it looks like to me, wow, it's pretty darn close, but it looks like the Nexus 6P is a tad bit thicker. And there's your button layout, SIM tray on the HUAWEI Nexus 6P. And you got the camera layout right here. Aesthetically, I think that's beautiful. I really like that. I remember how everybody first hated that when they first seen the leaks of this device. But I really like the way that looks. And it protrudes out a little bit. So I do wear a case on this device. That I've seen pictures of the HUAWEI Nexus 6P with that area broken. You know, folks out there dropping it without a case, and that area is shattering, and there's no way that that's going to happen to me. The other side, you got the power button, volume rocker on the 6P, and there's SIM tray on the Mate 9. The tops, the bottoms, USB Type-C there on the 6P, and the backs. Sexy. Both HUAWEI devices. Now that Nexus is coming back, and that's a whole nother conversation, I would really love to see HUAWEI kick out another Nexus device. And I know for a lot of you that are fans of Nexus, I'm sure you're hoping for the same thing. The 6P. Beautiful, beautiful device. The Sony Xperia XA Ultra. Taller, a little bit thinner. 6-inch display. 5.9-inch display on the HUAWEI Mate 9. I know I'm repeating that just in case you are skipping through the video, not watching the whole thing. That's basically why I do it. Okay? And so I don't forget either. Okay, the Sony Xperia is definitely thicker. And you got your little area here that actually, you open that up. And that's where your micro SD card goes and your nano SIM. I kind of like that. You just got to be careful when you do that because eventually that area there can wear out, the little hinge, and it can snap off. And you can order those, but yeah, finding them is very difficult. So, tops, headphone jack, microphone there. On the Sony, again taller, that 6-inch display. On the bottoms, you got a speaker right there, and this is not USB Type-C, and you got a mic over here on the corner. I wish that was USB Type-C, but it's not. Okay, dedicated camera button on the Sony, if you can see that, and that is the power button. And this, actually, that is the power button, and that is your volume rocker. Okay, Almost forgot that there. I'm like looking at it going, what in the world? Power button, volume rocker, dedicated camera button, which is really nice. Anyway, let's look at the back. And you know what? I'm going to have to say that the Sony Xperia XA Ultra is pretty boring to look at on the back. So having a nice case on there gives it a little bit more to look at. Something maybe a little fancy with a kickstand or something like that. Especially a large device. You probably watch a lot of videos, movies, so having a kickstand on the case helps with a device that, yeah, has kind of a boring back like that. But outside of that, and the battery life on this device, this is one phenomenal device, especially when it comes to the cameras. But there you go. As far as these two devices, let me give it a quick wipe down. And let me put that to the side. And let me bring over my Nokia Lumia 1520. Look at that. 6-inch display, squared up like the Sony. Actually, this is a little more square on the corners than the Sony. A little more rounded, but still squared up. Let me turn that off. 5.9, 6 inches. Obviously wider, obviously taller. Wow. By a lot. Love the color of this device. Let me get this in the camera there. You got two trays here. One for your SIM card and one for your SD card to expand your memory, which is really nice. You also have expandable memory on the HUAWEI Mate 9. And I would say they are about the same thickness. The corners are, or the sides are rounded on the 1520, but in the center with a little bit of protruding camera there, it's about the same thickness. Okay, the bottoms, regular USB, USB Type-C. Got your speaker down here. Yeah. And let's look at the backs. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? I love my Nokia Lumia 1520. You got the mics right up here. Yeah, wow, that's gorgeous. Okay. And the last device, my baby. Totally dig this device, my Nexus 6. 6-inch display, 5.9, wider, just a tad bit taller, front dual speakers. Wow. Yeah, this device, still a device to be reckoned with. Crazy. I'm glad I still have it. I've never gotten rid of it. I've had offers, but I'm not going to. This is a device that's going to stick around for a long, long time. Thickness, it gets thicker towards the center of the device. And there's your power button, your volume rocker on the Nexus 6. Okay, little SIM tray right there. Headphone jack right in the center. I like it right on the center like that. Totally dig that. USB and USB Type-C. That's regular. And yeah, nothing on this side as far as the Nexus 6. And the backs. Well, the Nexus 6 with the Motorola logo there. Nexus, HUAWEI. The aesthetic look of that to me is very beautiful. Very beautiful. Well, there you go. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this helped in any way. If you're considering the HUAWEI Mate 9 and you're coming from a smaller device to a larger device, or maybe you were thinking of purchasing one of the other devices and maybe considering the Mate 9 as well, and you just wanted to see some comparisons. If there's a device that I don't have that you do have that's about 5.5 inches, typically they're all going to somewhat look like that. They're going to be very, very close. Got a lot of glare there. Sorry about that. But yeah, they're going to be very, very close. As far as 5.5, just a little bit off. Thickness is going to be pretty darn close, but at least you know up against the HUAWEI Mate 9 what that's going to look like. Again, to my next video, thanks for watching. If this is your first time, please subscribe, become a part of the team. Yeah, share, donate if you'd like. I appreciate you coming on by and watching. More to come with the Huawei Mate 9. An amazing device. An amazing device. Peace. God bless. Have a great day.